Last year, Grand Seiko introduced the white birch, the SLGH005. This year, Grand Seiko introduces the white birch, but this time it's the SLGA009. The SLGA009 has a spring drive movement, whereas the SLGH005 has a high beat movement. The spring drive movement is a bit of a hybrid between mechanical and quartz. So it is a mechanical movement basically, but it has some quartz components. It has a quartz crystal and it has a little IC in there to control the braking mechanism on the glide wheel. It's all very technical. We explain it in another video and you can find it on the Fortella website. Nice thing about spring drive is that it has a very high accuracy. This watch has a deviation of 10 seconds per month. Some people might think because it uses a quartz crystal and it has an IC inside, that it's a bit of a gadget, but it isn't. Grand Seiko and Seiko, they used 20 years to develop this movement before it came out in 1997. So from 1997 onwards, it's already on the market. So this is not a temporary thing. The case and the bracelet are nearly identical to the other white birch. It's a 40mm case, it's 13.1mm thick, and the lug to lug is 47.6. There's a very slight difference in the lugs of the case, but it's very minimal. Both of these watches and some other watches are part of the Evolution 9 style of Grand Seiko, combining the Grand Seiko style or grammar of design with some new elements. And these new elements have to do with the finishing of the case and the weight point of the crown. What interests me is that for a spring drive powered watch, very often Grand Seiko uses a power reserve indicator on the dial, but not with this one. They also didn't use it on some of the dress watches like the SBGY007 and 003, but also in this model there's no power reserve indicator on the dial. Instead, it's on the back of the case. For me, the most beautiful thing about this watch is the dial though. It's a very nice texture, it's inspired by birch trees, and in this case by the birch trees of the Shinsu forest, where the Grand Seiko manufacture is located. There's also a little difference between the dial on this watch and the other white birch. On the other white birch, I made a comment in my article of last year that it was too silvery for me. And when I put this watch on my wrist, I immediately noticed it is different. Not only the texture is different, but also the color is different. It's less silvery and a bit more matte. That with the other white birch, when I wear it outside, the dial turns a bit more white, and inside with artificial light, it was a bit more silvery. With this watch, it is white on both occasions basically, as well inside as outside. On the dial, we find an applied Grand Seiko logo. There's the Grand Seiko writing, there's a date, and of course there's an indication that it's spring drive movement that has 5 days of power reserve. In case you can't read that there's spring drive on the dial, the smooth sweep of the second hand would give it away. The case has a lot of brushed elements, not only the side of the case and the top of the lugs, but also the top of the bezel, and the entire bracelet has been brushed as well. The bracelet tapers from 22mm between the lugs to 20mm at the clasp. Some of my colleagues were a little bit critical about the lack of an easy adjustment system, but for myself, I don't feel it's really necessary because I never adjust my bracelets during the day or in the evening. Somehow I just don't need it, but my colleagues do. Well, some of them actually. And yeah, this might be a nice improvement for next time for one of the bracelets on the Grand Seiko. If we flip the watch over, we are looking at the movement. It's the 9RA2 caliber. It's a beautiful finished movement. It has this frosted finish and diamond cut angles for a very nice contrast. Of course, there's the power reserve indicator as briefly mentioned, and again an indicator that it has a power reserve of 5 days. As said, I like this white birch a little bit better than the other one, mainly because of the dial. For me, that's the biggest attraction in this watch, as well as the spring drive movement. I really would love to have a spring drive movement in my collection. I have a high beat movement in my Grand Seiko, but I think a spring drive movement is a very nice evolution in watchmaking, and I can't wait to add one to my collection, and I think this white birch is a very nice contester for that. because the dial with the birch finish and the texture really looks stunning. Also good to mention is the water resistance of the watch. It's water resistant to 100 meters or 10 bar, and it has a screw down crown, so you can easily go swim with this watch without having to worry about it. The retail price of this watch is 9,500 euros including VAT, or 9,100 US dollars including VAT. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a like.